Go sleep, Aros! Aros, go sleep! It's like 4 a.m. for you or something. I don't know. Wait, 4, 9, 8, 6 a.m. It's like 6 a.m. for you, Aros. Hey, I fixed it. I got it right first. Shut up. Anyways, hi everyone. Welcome to stream. I'm early today. I brought my son, little Timmy. Little Timmy's here with me today. Anyways, congrats on first Calipco. Hello, Aros. Hello, Dr. Justice. Welcome to the stream. Anyways, yeah, I'm starting early today because I am really close to finishing my splash art. Well, I say close to finishing, but I'm probably gonna work on it off stream after today's stream anyways. But I think I can finish this by today, and I will start on my commission tomorrow. I was actually supposed to work on my commission yesterday, but I wasn't really in the mood. I worked a little bit on my splash art yesterday, but yeah. Anyways, hi everyone. How are you guys doing? Say hi to little Timmy. Little Timmy, do you have anything you want to say, little Timmy? No. Little Timmy's a little shy. It's bring your kid to work day, so I brought my kid to work. But yeah, don't mind him. He's just here to like watch me draw. Maybe feed him a little crayon or something. Hey, little Timmy, you ever watch movies about gladiators? No, he's too young. I don't show him any movies. The only show I ever show him is Cocomelon and what's the stupid show about like the cop dogs? What's that show? What is it called again? I don't remember what it's called. That one as well. This is an airplane bit? I didn't get the bit. Been inside a Turkish prison? Do they have cats in Turkish prison? There's cats all over like Turkey, right? Like they just kind of vibe around and people just pet them. There's like this one prison where if the prisoners behave, they receive a cat. And then they get to take care of the cat. And it makes the prison life better. Which prison is that? I wouldn't mind going to that prison. Wait, is my song looping? Oh, it's looping. Oh, that's not what it's not supposed to loop. Stop looping. There we go. That sounds really nice, to be honest. I just remember seeing that somewhere where it's just like, oh, you know, prisoners, if they behave well, they get to own a cat, and if they misbehave, they get their cat taken away. And they're like, oh, isn't it dangerous to give prisoners cats? But it's like, no, prisoners, you know, they might be like prisoners, who knows, maybe they've committed murder or something, but like they would never hurt a cat. They love cats. All prisoners love cats, me included. I mean, I'm not a prisoner, but I love cats. Yeah, I would never be a prisoner. I would never go to jail. Anyways, enough yapping. I'm going to swap on over to art because I have something very special to show you guys. Kinda, not really. But first, let me go into position because little Timmy's gonna be in the way. All right, little Timmy, you sit tight over there, okay? So I don't know why. I feel like my audio is a little bit weird today. Let me figure it out. Anyways, here is the splash art that I worked on, and this is what it looked like in my previous stream. And right after my previous stream, I actually did send this over for critique, and my favorite artist, Hosier, actually did a paint over for me and gave me some advice, so I'm very fucking happy. But let me show you guys his paint over. It's not meant to be like, you know, a lot of paint. It's not Akuma, how dare you. But yeah, like a paint over isn't meant to like look super good. It's just meant to like, you know, they tell you like what you can improve on, and then they usually just liquefy the hell out of it. But my favorite artist, finally, I'm so happy they did a paint over for me. But this is what the paint over looks like. Obviously it's very warped, but like I'm happy that they like actually I can't believe this! Yippee! They gave me a paint over. Obviously, this is not what it's gonna look like, but they helped me out. They basically just gave me advice on like, oh, even though like he's meant to be looking bored, I think you can push the gesture. You should do the thing with the background to make it feel like it's wide lens. Which I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to do, so they showed it for me in the paint over, and then they were also talking about like, oh, maybe you can just include more like food getting thrown or some shit, just like a little bit more interest. So this is what my thing looked like before the paint over, and then they gave me the paint over, and then I did work on it a little bit on my own, and now this is what it looks like. So this is what it looked like before and after. So I did take some of his advice and tried to implement it as best as I can. I unfortunately I ran into a lot of issues just because like I don't have liquify tool, so I have to figure out a lot of things on my own. But I think I did a relatively good job. I changed up his posing a little bit. I tilted his head a little bit, make him feel a little bit more relaxed or bored. Let me compare before and after. I also did try my best to warp the background to make it feel more wide lens. And yeah, this is how it looks like so far. Today is mostly just gonna be cleanup day. I'm gonna be mostly just cleaning up like all the tiny little details, adding texture and all that shit. So yeah. Oh, I was looking at the feet in the top right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there is an Akuma on the top right. You're right. But to be fair, Trundle kind of looks like Akuma as well. It's like Akuma if he was blue, you know? That's really neat they did that. I know! I'm so happy because I've been literally like my previous stream or 2 streams ago, I was talking about how like, oh, it would be a dream come true if my favorite artist gives me a paint over. I would literally die. So I'm dead now. I'm dead. But yeah, I'm just really happy that my favorite artist was nice enough to go and do that. So don't look at me. Don't look at me, Timmy. Little Timmy's giving me a weird look. Dead ribbons, yeah, I'm dead. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well today. It is Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday. It is the end of the week. I hope you guys had a good week and a good weekend. It's probably morning for like maybe some of you. But yeah, I cooked spaghetti for the first time in forever earlier today. And let me tell you, it was a disaster. The spaghetti that I cooked was a real disaster. Oops, I messed up cooking spaghetti. You may be asking, how did you mess up cooking spaghetti? Well, to answer that question, the thing is, the spaghetti, I didn't really mess it up. It was okay. But I burnt it a little bit. So what happened was I was boiling water for the spaghetti, but the water took a while to boil, but I already had another stove up that was cooking like the sauce. So I just had the sauce cooking for way too long, and it like burnt a little bit. And after that, it was a little bit burned, but like, it still tasted really good. And then I added cheese on top, and then I stuck it in the microwave. But then unfortunately, I put it in the microwave for too long, and it burnt in the microwave. The cheese overcooked a little bit, and it also burnt in the microwave as well. So I just had like extremely hard and crispy cheese with my spaghetti. I mean, it still tasted well, but like a little bit of it was burnt. So like, I don't know how I messed up cooking spaghetti. Hey, it still tasted really good. It still tasted really good. It was just the texture was a little bit on the crispier side, you know? Like, other than that, like, it was still spaghetti. It still tasted really good. I prefer the way I like cook spaghetti over my family, because my family, they tend to add too much sauce, so it's a little bit too watery and a little bit like, I don't know. There's a hello Jojo, welcome to stream. Burnt how? Okay, it's not the spaghetti itself that's burnt, but the sauce was a little bit like, it's a little bit overcooked, so it was a little bit dry. But like, I actually kind of like it like, kind of pasty, rather than it being like, completely like wet. Mamma mia, pasta in microwave. Hey, no. Okay, I cooked the pasta normally, but then I wanted to like add cheese on top and melt the cheese, so I stick it in the microwave, you know? Like you put it on like, well, you're supposed to put it on a bake option. I did not do that. I just kind of stuck it in the microwave. Like, I would not be surprised if some spaghetti, like wine spaghetti or assassina, but not like that. Hey, okay, in my defense, it's been 5 years since I last cooked spaghetti, and also, it still tasted fine. The spaghetti is fine. It tasted awesome, actually. I liked it. I remember making it pretty nice even with bad skills. Yeah, like, it was still good, you know? But yeah, I haven't cooked spaghetti in a while, okay? Don't be so mean to me. I don't cook. I do not ever cook. The only thing I ever cook is, instant ramen. So like, you can tell, like, what my cooking skill is like. I don't cook, okay? Don't be so mean to me. I really want to try some assassina spaghetti. I don't know what assassina is. It sounds like the word assassin, and I'm kind of confused. You guys like assassinating spaghetti or something? Which reminds me to see if I can cook some nice spaghetti. You should go and cook yourself some nice spaghetti. But yeah, I didn't want to just eat unhealthy shit all the time and just order takeout. So I was like, you know what? Let's make some spaghetti. It's been a while since I've like cooked my own spaghetti, you know. So let's make some spaghetti for myself. And then I did, and it was a disaster. But it still tasted good. In that case, I'm glad you took the time to make spaghetti. I definitely remember not being even able to boil. How? What do you mean not being able to boil water? What? How do you fail boiling water? You have a kettle, you put water in it, and you turn on the kettle, and then your water starts boiling. Or you get a pot, get water, put it on a stove, and then just wait. How do you mess up boiling water? Huh? What is there to mess up? Yes, but you can wait too long? What do you mean you can wait too long? The water is boiled! You did it! Congrats, you boiled water! What do you mean you can wait too long? You mean you, like, evaporated all the water? Basically, you couldn't make crispy spaghetti in tomato sauce? What? Yes? What? What? What is... How? How do you... What? Oh, so I have all my layers merged. So my background is one layer now, which is unfortunate, but I had to do it because I needed to warp the entire background. So my entire background is one layer. I do have a version of it where it's like not Gaussian blurred, which I kept because in case I needed to change anything about the background. But Trundle himself is also all a singular layer. So this is like nearing the end of my piece where like it's really hard to make changes to like a lot of the things because they're already basically set in stone, which so I have to be really careful with like how I go about rendering this. I mean, not everything is in one layer. I still have like the foreground like in a separate layer. Look, I was a WoW gamer. I got distracted. But pasta al assassina. Try tomato cherries for sauce seasoning and black pepper plus al dente pasta equals perfection. I don't cook, so I will probably not do that. Why you get women and what? It's supposed to be the name of that dish and explanation for it. I feel like I'm more confused than before. Anyways, I'm just gonna go back to rendering. Anyway, little Timmy, are you having a good day? Little Timmy, did you have a good day at school? School today, little Timmy? Did you make any new friends at school today, little Timmy? You know when you're like on the car ride back home with your like dad or something, and they ask you about like, oh, how's school? How's school, little Timmy? You know, did you have a good day at school? And it's like, I don't know how to answer that. School is school. I don't know. Yeah, sure. My school was fine. You know that small talk that your like parents give you when you're in the car with them. I hate that. I hate the small talk. They always ask like, "Do you make any new friends?" And it's like, what do you mean I didn't make any new friends? My school, I have like 20 classmates. There's like. There are no new friends to make. I see the same people every day for like the past like 7 years. Every day we sink further into the abyss, mama. Oh, that sounds like you had a good day, little Timmy. Alright, did you have any homework? Don't forget to do your homework. You have to do your homework before you get to play on your Nintendo Wii, okay, little Timmy? What did you guys do after school when you were like a kid? I basically just played video games. My life has not ever changed ever since I was like a little child. My life is more or less the same. All I do is play video games. But then, well, I guess like which consoles did I play on? I didn't have a Wii. I wish I had a Wii when I was younger, but I did not. I did, however, have a laptop, so I actually played on the laptop a lot when I was younger. Club Penguin. I love Club Penguin. And Minecraft! Well, Minecraft was a little bit later, but I did play a lot of Minecraft. I love Minecraft. Yeah, gaming was a big part of my life, homework, games, and just spending lots of time online. Yeah, I always wondered, like, what the fuck did people do if they weren't, like, gamers? Like, they come home from school, and then they just... I guess like you can watch TV shows, read books, but like for me, gaming is such a huge part of my life that I cannot imagine what like life is like without like playing games, you know, like without spending time like after school just like playing video games and talking about games with friends. But I'm from the before time, so internet was way different. Fair. I grew up with the Facebook era, so a lot of my time spent when I was like first getting onto the internet was like basically just Facebook, because before then, yeah, I'm pretty sure before Facebook I never really that was before I used the internet. Like I did use like a computer and stuff, but then, you know, the concept of internet was not, I didn't know what the concept of internet was. I didn't know that, like, you know, I didn't know it existed because my parents just had a bunch of games on their like computer that were like installed, like Platypus! I love Platypus, and like Turtle Odyssey and Snake. It was multiplayer Snake. That was fun. Hi, Wolf Dragonblood, welcome to stream. I remember when AOL was on a disc. I did not grow up with AOL, unfortunately. And cereal boxes still had prizes, and then I remember that! It was a high word crimes. I remembered buying a cereal that had a DVD in it. And that DVD had a game on it. And there were 3 different ones. I remembered, like, the 3 different games that they had were, like, of different vehicles, because one of them was like an airplane related game, one of them was, I believe, something related to like a boat, and then one of them is something related to like a car. So like, you know, you got your 3 different modes of transportation, and I just remembered, I don't remember which one I had, I just remembered wanting all 3 of them. But that was cool. You get a free video game by buying cereal. That's insane. My dad was big into tech, so I had my own computer very early on. I also had a computer early on because my dad was also someone that worked with computers. So when he would buy a new computer, he would just pass down like his old laptop. So like the very first laptop I owned was a pass-me-down from my dad. And I really I mean, I don't remember anything about that laptop. I just remember that being like, you know, something that I personally own. So, yippee! I watched YouTube. I mean, I watched YouTube growing up as well, but like, you know, other than YouTube, well, on YouTube, there were only so many things you could watch as when, you know, back then. And I'm pretty sure like you would like come across a lot of like gaming videos, so like wouldn't you feel like, oh, I want to play video games too because I watch like a YouTuber play a video game, unless like you didn't watch any gaming YouTubers, which I mean, I it's a possibility, but like isn't like a huge part of YouTube back in like 2010 like just let's play videos of like Mario Galaxy or something. Humongous games, good times. What is humongous games? How I got my first PC game, Pajama Sam. I feel like I recognize that name. YouTube's customized channel page. YouTube wasn't a big thing until I was in college. Oh wow. Okay, I mean, different era. I'm a Zoomer. I feel like I say that like every stream now because for some reason the topic keeps coming up, but I am a Zoomer despite appearances. So YouTube for me was like a major part of my childhood. My back then isn't your back then. Hashtag Gen Z. I am Gen Z though. But yeah, I grew up mostly with Facebook, YouTube, and like random browser game sites like Miniclip and y8.com. I did not use coolmatsgame.com though. That was not something that I grew up with, even though like it existed, it was still a thing, but like I feel like it was not really like an era related thing. I think it was mostly just because like the place that I lived in, like the friends that I had used specific websites, so that I also used those websites rather than like, oh, you know, I didn't, you know, Coolmat game was like too old for me. No, I'm pretty sure I could have played on Coolmat's game, but then like we had other websites that we used instead, and also just a lot of Club Penguin. Oh my god, Adventure Quest and Mech Quest. I loved Adventure. Okay, not really. Did I like Adventure Quest? Oh, so wasn't there another one? Wasn't it Dragon Quest as well? No, Dragon Quest is a different game. Never mind. Dragon Fable. Fusion Fault I heard of. Neopets I know of, but I didn't play it because for even Neopets for me looked too childish. I don't want to make the contrast too big. I feel like the piece is mostly supposed to be light, but I did want the face to be a little bit more in attention, so I wanted to darken some of the other parts. How does it feel having League of Legends available since you were cognizant? I mean, I played League of Legends when I was in like 6th grade. Huh. Wow, I played League in 6th grade? What the fuck? Congregate was a site I spent a good amount of. Oh, I know Congregate. I didn't spend time on like that website specifically, but I remember when like, you know, some of the games that you play on Miniclip would show like Arma Games or like Congregate, I think, because I do recognize like the name. Toontown? Oh, I did not play Toontown. For me, my social game online was Club Penguin, and if it wasn't Club Penguin, there was another game called Woolly World, I think, which was basically just like an even more childish version of actually, do I really want this contrast? I feel like I don't want to contrast it too much because it's not meant to like. I'll tone it down like a lot. Like, I still want it to be a little bit darker, but like not that much. But yeah, there was Woolly World, which is just like a very educational version of Club Penguin, where like you learn about science or geography. Because I remember every day, they would show you the map of the United States, and then they would show you a singular state. Oh, I don't. Wait. How does this? No, wait. How did it work again? I remember in Woolly World, I think it's called Woolly World. The servers are split into different states. So like, you know, to transfer from like, okay, not server, like channel. You know how like in games there are usually like 30 channels that you can go to because they don't want the lobbies to fill up. But like, you know, they had like 50 channels. I think each channel was a specific state. And I remembered every day or every week or something, they had a thing where they tell you to go to a specific channel to get like a special reward. And then they do that in the form of like a quiz. Cause like they ask you like a question about like a state, and then you have to like guess which state it was. Unfortunately, I'm not American, so I just asked my dad, "Hey dad, which state is this?" And then he would be like, "Oh, it's Michigan," or some shit like that. Fellas, remember Club Penguin? I miss Club Penguin. I love Club Penguin. I even had like the membership for Club Penguin, and I got it twice because we were really into Club Penguin, and then we got the membership. Then we stopped getting the membership because we no longer played Club Penguin, and then we got back into Club Penguin, so we got it again. And I had like 2 of every puffle color, so I just had a fuck ton of puffles. The puffles were my favorite part of Club Penguin. That and the ninjutsu, the card jutsu, sorry, and one more thing was the cart riding. I love the cart riding game. Pop Tropica. Oh my god, I fucking love Pop Tropica. Okay. Love Pop Tropica. I don't know if I loved Pop Tropica, but Pop Tropica. I can't say this name for some reason. Pop Tropica was a huge part of my childhood as well. I remember waiting for like a new like world every fucking time. Oh dude, Wizard 101 is still going strong. I tried getting into Wizard 101 because I remembered like one of my cousins played Wizard 101, but that game just never stuck with me because I thought it was gonna be more action based, you know, more wizardy related like stuff, but I just remember being really tame, which is why I never got too into Wizard 101. Anyways, it's gonna be a little bit on the boring side in terms of like art today, because it's mostly just cleanup. Yeah, it's just mostly cleanup. I'm not really adding any big things. If I am gonna add stuff, I'm probably gonna do that off stream because I do need to add like some particle effects here and there, maybe some more background elements. But like, yeah, in general, like the drawing itself is more or less complete. So like, it's just the subtle detailing and adding textures to like everything. I'm just enjoying this though, to be honest. Hunky Dudes is a vibe. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'm glad I'm almost done with this piece. I ran into a lot of issues throughout, but overall, like I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. If you guys want to look at the progress that I had from start to end, this was the initial thumbnail, and then this was the refined, and then render, and then color, and then working on everything else, and then after I got feedback, here's what it looked like, and now you know, just I'm still continuing. I'm not done yet. Like, I am still really happy that I got paint over from my favorite artist, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I still need to work on this hand. The hosier told me that oh, you know, maybe you can exaggerate how bored he is. Maybe he's like fiddling with like a ketchup packet or something, you know. And then he also added more stuff on the table, you know, like a ketchup packet and shit like that. So I will be doing that. I will be giving him a ketchup packet. But I will be doing that later because I still need to draw everything else. But yeah, what other games did I mostly grew up with Nitro. When growing up, I wished I had more like consoles and stuff. I did have a PS1 and a PS2, but those both were hand-me-downs. And I did. My brother owned a DS and I owned a PSP. And my very first console that I remember owning, which was probably a hand-me-down, was a GBA. GBA SP, Game Boy Advance SP. So like, I mean, I did have some consoles growing up, but then despite having consoles growing up, I would associate most of my childhood to playing computer games specifically. And I guess it's mostly because like my friends also only had like, you know, a lot of my friends didn't own like consoles either. So like the way most of me and my friends got along were like, again, Facebook games. Biggest time sink in my teenage years was Warcraft 3. Oh yeah, Warcraft 3 is way after my time. And despite that, here's me drawing a fuck ton of orcs that are like very clearly Warcraft inspired. I'm surprised at how like, cause I'm sure Warcraft was not the very first instance of like an orc being a thing, but I'm pretty sure like Warcraft definitely defined what orcs kind of look like. Cause you know, there are like several orcs in like other series, like, you know, Lord of the Rings, Warhammer, but like, I feel like when people think of orcs, most people do think of like the Warcraft orcs. Well, to be fair, they are the most appealing looking. When I say appealing, I just mean like it's the least like scary to look at, or like the simplest to look at, so like it's easy for people to like, you know, like Warcraft orcs. First console for me was a Super Nintendo. Oh wow. My dad went Sega, so we had the Genesis with a lot of accessories. Well, hold up, you're referring to how Samwise made orcs? Orcs definitely meant more D&D style before that. But I feel like if you look up orc, especially like, you know, people's OCs of orcs, the orcs definitely lean towards Warcraft style. Well, I personally draw orcs to be more Warcraft styled. But like, you know, the defining traits of like orcs is just green and big tusks. And that's like the simplest for like an orc to be. Unlike like, you know, the orcs in Lord of the Rings, where it's more, they're not really green, or like orcs in like, I don't know, Dragon Quest, where they're like pigs? Question mark? Is it Dragon Quest or just a different game? I don't know. And like Warhammer is very similar, but like Warhammers are a little bit more British looking, you know, more Western style. Oh yeah, nowadays it's mostly the Warcraft style, big bulky orcs. Yeah, either Warhammer style breaks shithouse, or Samwise's style of Warcraft orcs. Oh, when you said Samwise, I don't know why. The first thing I thought about was Lord of the Rings because of Sam. Oh, so recently, I say recently as in like just now, like right in my loading screen. While you guys, you know, were in the loading screen, I listened to Silver Gunner's shop theme like fusion fusion collab. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically just the shop themes from video games, but then styled in a theme of a different video game. I've heard of it before and I enjoyed it, but then I recently saw something related to Silver Gunner again, so I looked it up and I was like, oh my god, it's so good. His style is the Warcraft style? Oh. I see. Well, I don't know anything about Warcraft because I did not grow up playing it, unfortunately. I wanted to play it growing up, but then my PC, my laptop at the time, because I was a poor I was a poor like kid living in like a third world country, so I didn't have like a good laptop. I could not run Warcraft, unfortunately, so the best I could settle for was Maple Story, which I still like. So Samwise Didier, I see. So I need to add so much texturing to like a lot of the places, but then that's like later on. But yeah, guys, if you have not heard like Silver Gunner's like fusion collab for like shop themes, I recommend listening to it. It's really good. You know, I'll just send a link. Wait, no, I don't have to link up anymore because I just closed the tab. You know what? Let me link. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's so good. Go, give it a listen. I'm not an artist, maybe one day, but I love Warcraft enough to know things here and there. I don't think you really need to be an artist to like be a fan of like art. You know, you can appreciate art without having to like without doing art yourself. But also, ooh, you want to be an artist? I always encourage people to like give some sort of art like a try, because I feel like any sort of creative work is very good for like people, because you know that's one of the main things about like being like human. Well, I'm not human, you know, but like, you know, for you guys, you know, like creating things, making art is a very human thing. So I always feel like everyone should at least pick up some sort of creative stuff, you know, whether it's making paintings or making music or writing or, you know, just any sort of thing you can think of that is like creative. I always encourage people to like, you know, have some sort of like creative hobby, just because like it's a good outlet. You know, you have so much creativity in you, and what better way of like, you know, using that than to like just use it on like art and shit like that, you know? Because how often do you really get to like, you know, be creative about something? But yeah, if you're interested in doing art, I highly encourage it. It's definitely very hard to get into, especially when you're older, just because like, you know, you've consumed a lot of art, you know what good art looks like, and when you start drawing, you know that your art is not that, your art is not good, and because of that, you feel self-conscious, you feel like, oh man, I'm not very good at this, I don't think art is suited for me, and then people quit. And that applies to like most forms of like hobbies in general, but then, you know, specifically in the creative space, it's definitely like easy for you to feel really down about your own like thing. So like, you know, good luck with that. I hope you do find enjoyment in doing art, and my very best advice for any beginner artist is have fun, because if you're not having fun, there's no point of you doing art, or at least like starting art. Like, if you're not having fun, why are you doing art, right? One day or day one. Finding motivation sometimes is tough. I've talked about it way more than I probably should, but it's tough knowing you're gonna suck. That is true. Like, it's a mental block that you have to like get over, you know, knowing that I'm bad at this thing, but knowing that it's okay to be bad at a thing because you're literally just starting. Nobody just picks up a pencil and is just good at drawing day one. Everyone has to start somewhere, and a lot of people did start when they were young. You know, a lot of people maybe had art as like a hobby that they had like ever since they were like a child. So like, you know, art comes easier for them because they did like spend like part of their childhood drawing, but then you know, some people didn't really draw a lot as a kid, and because of that, you know, they didn't really get any of the skills from like when they were younger. But yeah, I've got a cheap crayon in my drawer right now. Well, if you want, I recommend that you draw along with me. You know, just draw something that you like. I think the easiest way to draw, or like to come up with something to draw, is to draw fan art. Have a favorite game, have a favorite series, have a favorite character. Draw that. Like, just create fan art. Or just, you know, if you have like a D&D character that you want to come up with, or like an OC, you know, draw that. Went from doing traditional, doing digital to doing pixel art. Well, technically pixel art is still digital. But also, pixel art is something that I've never really tried before. And I don't think I ever will. Like, pixel art is cool, but I think, pixel art is not the correct media to like show off what I want to show off. So unfortunately, I don't think I will ever like try pixel art. And also, I don't know why, but like in my head, pixel art just seems like it's not this, but like for me, I keep thinking like pixel art, you have to like draw each individual pixel, but I'm pretty sure like there are painterly ways of going about like doing pixel art as well. But in my head, it's like, oh, pixel art, you gotta just draw every individual pixel. Oh, that sucks. Well, technically, all art is pixel art. It's just this very, you know, this pixel art is just 6,000 by 3,375. Oh, my phone is vibrating. I heard pixel art. Oh, what the hell? My dad is messaging me because my parents are not home. They're in America right now. And I have to water the plants in my house. And unfortunately, I hate watering plants. But then my dad was asking me, hey, has it rained? Because if it rains, I don't have to water as many plants. Well, I don't have to water the plants that are exposed to the rain. I do things pixel by pixel with a mouse because I hate using a tablet. I do assume that like it's probably easier to work with a mouse compared to a tablet for pixel art specifically, because you know, you're working with you're not really working with like strokes or pen pressure. So like I don't really see the need for like a tablet unless you're doing like a very big pixel art. So like, you know, being able to like accurately put down like pixels by using a mouse is probably like the better way of going about doing pixel art. But I could be wrong. I'm not a pixel artist and I don't really know much about like pixel art, so. So this is really therapeutic. Like I don't really have to put any like thought into this part of the drawing. I'm just doing my tiny little cleanups, making sure everything is looking good and very, you know, little noticeable like mistakes. Though there are definitely a lot of areas where I can you know, do stuff like this, just give it a little bit more personality in terms of like texturing and stuff. I think I'll do that after I finish cleaning up though. There are definitely a lot of areas where I do need to clean up, like here. In the spirit of the topic, I think I'll draw my favorite orc Grom house green. I think I know who you're talking about. For some reason, when you said Grom, the first thing I thought about was a VTuber, because I know there's a. I forgot what is it. What is his name? Wait, is his name Grog? there's an orc VTuber called Grog. I'm not talking about Randon. Obviously, I know who Randon is. Gromash Hellscream. Is that his full name? But yeah, like I can definitely like give a lot of advice towards beginner artists, just because I've been there. I know what it's like being a beginner. But like my main advice is definitely just have fun. Obviously I feel like as simple as an advice as it is, you know, it's not easy to just have fun while drawing, because you know, you draw something and then it looks bad, so like now you're not having fun, right? But like, you know, despite your art not looking how you want it to, I still feel like, you know, just draw. You can improve, maybe give it a second try, maybe the third try. And if you see like a certain part about your art that doesn't look very good, maybe try learning how to draw that part. Like, okay, you're drawing your favorite character, the eyes look kind of off. Maybe look up an eye, maybe trace a little bit to practice. Like a lot of beginners and maybe even like intermediate people always think tracing is a bad thing and that you should never trace. No, tracing is good for learning. You should trace if you want to like learn something. Obviously, don't trace something and then claim it as your own. But like, you know, tracing as a form of like learning is a good thing. You should always like find any ways to like help you improve. You shouldn't really like, you know, you shouldn't gatekeep yourself away from like anything that could like help you improve. Because like, except for AI art, don't touch AI. That bad. AI bad. Other than that, you know, I think if you really do need to like learn how to draw something, tracing is fine, because one of the main things about starting with art that a lot of people that are, you know, the main thing that people suck at when they start at art is not knowing how to put pen on paper. Like, sure, they know like what an eye looks like, they know what a human looks like, but then there's no point trying to draw said thing, or like trying to learn how to draw like, oh, how do I draw an eye, or how do I draw a human, when anything you draw is not gonna look good. It's because you don't know how to put pen on paper. You don't know how like drawing, you don't have the experience of like, you know, doing brush strokes and shit like that. So like a lot of beginner drawing advice is mostly just draw as much as you can. The more you draw, the better, the more you're gonna get used to putting pen on paper. And when you get used to putting pen on paper, you're gonna just get better at art. So like one of my best advices for like people just starting out is just draw as much as you can. Just put pen on paper. How well right now I'm dealing with my pen on the wrong monitor fixed it. Alright. But yeah, if anyone here, you don't have to be like a beginner or anything. If you're just an artist and you do want some art advice, while I don't think I'm like the most qualified to like give art advice, I do know my way around like a decent amount of art stuff. So like, you know, if anyone, you know, needs any sort of help related to art, I can help. I don't mind giving advice. I used to have a redeem for critiques, but nobody redeemed that, so I never gave any critiques. Sure, I'll just merge this. I don't think it looks the best, but... I draw on my phone? I'm still surprised that people that draw on their phone. It's so small. Like, working with like a bigger canvas is a huge buff to like being able to draw better. which is why I'm surprised that there are people that draw on their phones. Oh, so it's already almost been an hour. My pace is, I mean, like, I don't technically have a time limit. I can draw for as long as I want today, but I do want to finish this like by today. So like, I do need to speed things up a little bit here and there. But to be fair, I'm just working like the minor little details that I feel like can be improved. A lot of my texturing will disappear as I like paint over it, so I have to like stack more texture layers on top of each other. I feel like the beard could use a little bit more contrast to like separate the colors a little bit better, because it's kind of like leaking into each other a little bit. Like the values. So I do want to separate these shapes a little bit better. But sometimes there's like this issue with my tablet where like the pen pressure just stops working, and then when the pen pressure stops working, the brush doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and then like I have to like fix it by like just moving my stylus really far away from my tablet and then bring it back. Anyways, how are you guys this day or week? Wait, what? Oh, I see. Because I had to make a major change to my art where I had to make a major change to my art where like I changed like the entire pose. I had to like separate a whole bunch of my layers, or like I had to like crop out like certain areas to be able to like adjust them. And when I did that, I didn't clean it up very properly, so you can actually see a little bit of background seeping through like his shirt. And now it's fixed. Oh, I do still need to add a lot of like very minor details here and there. You know, things like shirt tears and fibers and just, you know, just the most minor of details. While it's not very important, I do want to add these details just because I'm trying to push myself further. So like, while nobody would really care about it, it's important that like I learn to, you know, put more attention in my details, because I tend to, you know, oh, I have to draw a shirt, and then I just draw a shirt and that's it, you know. Everyone can see it and say, yep, that's a shirt, but like I never really think about it other than, you know, I don't push myself more than that. It's just, okay, I draw a shirt, here's a shirt. But then I can definitely like add more details, add like tears here and there. But that also means I have to figure shit out. I do want to add a pen on his shirt. What are tiny little things can I add on his pocket? I forgot little Timmy was here. Oh, I don't have my reference up. I need to bring it up. But yeah, like I said, I'm just doing the most minor details today. It's not gonna be like the most fun thing to watch, unfortunately. Is that pen too small? That pen looks way too small. Okay, let me make it bigger. Definitely you need to zoom out to be able to see, like, I mean, yeah, that pen is very small. I don't think his hand would be able to hold it. Let me just make it even bigger. There we go. That's why it's important to zoom out. Oh, and now my pen is very low quality, and I gotta rework it. Oh, ad break. It's already been an hour. Wow. I mean, I started an hour earlier today because I wanted to finish this today. So I wanted to give myself a little bit more time to finish this. So I decided, yeah, why not? I don't really want to do anything off stream. I'm really in the mood to like work on this. So like I decided, okay, I'll just stream early. There's some Christmas music. I'm putting too much detail onto this fucking pen for no reason. I do still need to work on his hand, but I don't want to work on the hand, which is why I'm avoiding it. Before I merged my layers, I probably should have fixed up like the stripes on the shirt first, because now my stripes on the shirts are like not very good and I have to like figure it out. Oops, ad break over. Welcome back. Like a lot of the stripes on my shirts are like all over the place. I should have fixed it before I merged my layers, but now it's too late for me to do it, so now I have to like just manually draw the stripes. Which is why I hate drawing anything that has some sort of pattern to it, because when you account for like clothing folds and shit like that, it's gonna make it really annoying to render. I didn't get the Creation Museum ad this time. I've been noticing that one a bit recently. It's a weird one to get. What is a Cree? What is that? Actually, I don't even know what ad I get on Twitch nowadays. Because surprisingly, I don't get any ads when I'm on PC. At least I haven't seen an ad when I was on PC in a while. And on my phone, I don't watch channels that like every channel that I watch, I'm sub to, so like I don't get ads. Oh man, the amount of AI related ads has been like increasing like crazy, and it's really, really annoying. Like some of the ads I get on Reddit are just, oh haha, here's like an ad. Okay, not just Reddit, even on YouTube. It's basically just, oh, you know, go to this thing and like talk to like your favorite characters, like your AI character, like AIs of your favorite characters, and then one of them is just like Gwen Tennyson from Ben 10, except she's all like boobed up and everything, and it's like, my brother in Christ, she is a minor, and people are, you know, this ad is a fucking ad of sexualizing a minor, which is like, what the fuck? And also like, it's AI, and it's just like, what the fuck? How is this like a thing that can pass? What? Long story short, some guy created a museum to promote the Christian view of history. Oof. Oh, thank you for the follow. Streamer enslaver, Lil Timmy, hide, Lil Timmy. Hi gamers. Hi. How are you doing? Here, little Timmy, hide in his van. No, don't go in the van, little Timmy. Timmy, no, little Timmy, run. To be honest, there's actually not that much, like, not too many more things for me to, like, fix. The most minor of details. Phone's vibrating. I am not happy with like how this part turned out, but like there's not really much space for me to like fix this area, so unfortunately I'll just have to look like this. Ouch. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh. Actually, I should be doing this on a separate layer. There we go. I think that's most of the minor details that I really have to like work on. Question mark. At least, I mean, like the you know, just fixing up my lines here and there. I think I can start with texturing now. Actually, no. I mean, so I have two different things I need to do. The first is to add like textures, because right now like it's just flat colors. It doesn't really feel like clothing fiber. But then the second thing is just to add like very minor details, like, oh, maybe like the cuff here is like a little bit torn, which I will do like right now. Well, it's too small. I need to make it bigger. One of the things that I struggle with is definitely like just adding like the tiniest of details. Give me a second. I definitely need to make this a little bit more obvious. So, actually, how would this work? So I'll make the turn bigger. Is that good detail to add? I don't know. Maybe not. Well, at least not here. Hey, Amar, welcome to stream. Okay, no, I don't really think the detail here is good. I'll add it to other places, but I'll have to figure it out. Let me actually just go through my entire piece and just start adding a little bit more, like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I just need to add more silly little like things. What layer? This layer. Hi Fairy Pop, welcome to the stream. Is this fan art or for a specific purpose? It is for, it's fan art, and it's also for my portfolio. I want to make a piece that is good enough to get me hired at places, so here's what this is for. Anyways, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more dirty. Give it a little bit more personality so that it doesn't just look, you know, completely the same throughout. Anyways, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? But yeah, this is just for fun, but it's also for like my portfolio. Yeah, I need more like high quality pieces. I don't tend to do that many splash arts, so the purpose of this is just make the highest quality piece that I possibly can, and hopefully it's good enough for like people to see it and go, oh wow, this guy's stuff is good, let's hire him. And I'll definitely do more splash arts. I just need I think the main issue that I'm running into when it comes to like doing splash art is that I just need something to do a splash art of, because I had to make an entire skin concept just for this. So like I might do another like concept art thing. And also doing more concept art is good for me because I don't do enough concept art and for my portfolio. And I do need to get some concept arting stuff too so that I can get a concept art job. But I'm bad at concept art. Concept art is it's one of the things I can do, but it's also like my weak spot. But like a lot of places that are hiring artists want concept art. Like a lot of, not a lot of people look for illustration jobs. They usually lean towards like concept art related. So like I need to do a lot of concept art too. Oh, wow, this guy's stuff is good. I wish I could hire him. Yippee! I want the turd to look more realistic. But not too sure how. And like, is the detail too small for it to like really matter? I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. What? Huh. Okay, cool. I love figuring out values. That's awesome. I picked a really dark value, but apparently the darkest value over here is brighter than this, so I was really confused why my colors were being weird. Actually, would it be reversed? It would. Just all these tiny little insignificant details that I need to figure out. I also need to figure out like texturing. Oh no. Anything? Well, I said I need to work on this fucking hand. Fine, I'll work on this hand. I have not worked on this hand at all. I don't want to work on this hand. Well, the main reason why I didn't work on this hand is because I don't know how the detailing would work for this part. Evening early streamians. Hey, welcome to stream. Hand stuff, yeah. How you doing, Entwu? I changed my piece up quite a lot from last time. This is what it looks like now, and this is what it looked like last stream. I made some major changes to certain areas because I got a paint over. This is the paint over I got from my favorite artist Hosier. They gave me advice on just, oh, you know, you could make his gesture a little bit more interesting. You could, you know, do the thing with the background to make it feel more wide lens, which I wanted to. I just didn't know how it would look and how to do it. But then they told me you should do it. I mean, like they just painted over, and you know, I was like, oh, so this is how it would look like. So I, you know, did my own version. I died, I think. What? What do you mean you died? Then how are you here? That doesn't make any sense. I don't have a proper reference of like a hand, especially like something like this. So like I can only imply like where I think certain details of like the fingers would be. Because I was having a meeting and suddenly 3 lightning struck my house. Oh no! Are you alive? Yeah, I have no idea how to do this hand. I feel magnetically charged. Oh no. but yeah, I'm doing fine. I started stream early today because I really wanted to finish this. And I'm trying to figure out this fucking hand, which I'm struggling on because I hate hands. I do have a version where there's no hand. Doesn't help that he only has 2 fingers. Oh, speaking of, because I told you about how I got a paint over from my favorite artist. Well, I didn't expect that, so I actually posted my art on 2 different servers asking for critique. And then I immediately got, well, not immediately, but like, you know, I got a paint over from Hosier, and I was like, yippee! And then because of that, I was like, oh, okay, I just got like the best critique possible. So I don't really need the critique on the other server anymore, but like I don't want to just delete my post, so I kept it there. And then 2 people actually did try to give me critique, except both the critiques, okay, one of them was just completely fucking absolutely useless, and the other one was I felt like the critique didn't fucking make sense in terms of like, so basically, let me go to where I got my critiques. Obviously, you know, they wanted to help me, so they gave their own 2 cents. Except, again, their critiques are so, one of them is so dog fucking useless. One of them was like, looks good, but I think splash arts often look like a photo taken during an action / in the middle of a movement. It gives a dynamic look instantly. Okay, what do I do with that critique? Oh, I'm sorry, let me change the entire piece to make it look like he's in the middle of doing an action. And also, that's not even correct. Not every fucking splash art needs to be a character doing something. There are a lot of splash arts where it's just character standing still. Okay, so this person just gave me like the most useless fucking critique. Cause A, it doesn't even work for my piece. They didn't tell me how to, like, you know, they didn't tell me to do a certain thing to my piece. They just told me, oh yeah, but like I think splash arts are this and not yours. And it's like, okay, cool. And then the other person was also saying, but I think you could separate the values a bit more. Trundle in the background. What the fuck are you talking about? It's already separated like crazy. It's already so separated. What the fuck is that? What is that person talking about? My values are so separated. Like, look at how different, if you look at it from afar, there's almost no dark values except for like his face. So like, what the fuck is said person talking about? It's already separated. So like, I just got 2 extremely useless critique. Luckily, Hosier did give me the best critique of all, which is, here's all the things you can do. Which I am like, yay. So thanks, Hosier. I was like, hi, remember, welcome to stream. Wait, Hosier the LOL Splash artist? Yes, Hosier the LOL Splash artist, my favorite artist of all time, gave me a paint over. This is what my art looked like before the paint over, and this is what it looked like after the paint over. And he was telling me about how, like, oh, while Trundle is bored looking, you could still make the gesture feel a little bit more interesting. Also do the wide lens thing, which I already intended on figuring out, but then they showed me how to do it, or like they showed me like what it would look like, which really helped. And then they were also telling me, oh, maybe you can have him be like fiddling with something, maybe add like food being thrown, which I'm trying to I don't really know how to go about doing that, because I do want the implication of Karen throwing food at him, but it's really hard to like do it with the composition that I have. So I need to figure out like how to, you know, make the scene feel more lively. Like I need to figure out like how to add some sort of implication of food being thrown, I guess. And then this is his paint over, and then this is what I have after the paint over. So this is what it looked like before and then after. So I did change like quite a lot. See previous stream, you were like, oh no, I can't. Well, I uploaded my thing to the fucking critique channel on his server, but that doesn't mean he himself will critique it. Usually like a person here or there would like send in a critique, but then occasionally, once in a blue moon, Hosier goes, you know, okay, like every once in a blue moon he does give like a critique, but like it's not like he always does it, which is why I'm like, I do post it in there with the hopes that I would get like some sort of paint over, not necessarily from him, but I got like the best ending, which is I did get a paint over by him. So yippee! I'm happy. I have no complaints. I'm so happy that my favorite artist gave me the critique. So you know what? Yeah. Who got contacted by God himself? Yep, I got contacted by God. I like his I like how silly when his like paint over is, because he just like liquefies the hell out of the thing, and you can see like the very funny like warping. Okay, but I will be adding like all the silly little stuff. But I first need to figure out this stupid fucking hand, because hand hard. Because he only has, yeah, I'm in a tough spot trying to figure out this hand right now. Yeah, I got contacted by God himself. It's crazy. But yeah, like, the reason why I posted my art on like a different server for critique is because that server was the one that gave me like the good critique on Warwick's anatomy, which I went, oh my god, my anatomy was wrong this whole fucking time. So like, you know, I got helpful critique from there, but then, you know, sometimes there are also people that just give like the most useless of fucking critique, going, oh yeah, but I think a splash art should, as usually a character in action. Oh yeah, let me just change my entire fucking concept to make it look like he's cooking or something. Yeah, let me just do that real quick. Like, that doesn't fucking help me. What do you want me to do? Just redo my entire fucking everything? Like, Jose's critique is very like minor changes that I can achieve, which, you know, it was still a little bit hard to like do it, but like, you know, I did change his pose, because like, you know, I could at least do that and like still have it look consistently rendered, which I did. But like another person going, oh yeah, I think you should just, you know, just make him look like he's in action, lol. It's like, what? Just draw better art. Huh, Briar in her splash is sitting down? Exactly, like a splash art. There are 3 different types of splash arts that you can do. Before action, middle of action, after action. 2 of those things are not in the middle of an action. Obviously, I didn't respond to either of them. I gave them both like a react, which was like a thumbs up react, where it's just Madeline doing the thumbs up. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna be rude to them because they did go out of a way to try to critique me, but oh my god, if you're gonna critique, at least be correct. Which is why, this is why I don't want to get critiqued on stream, I don't like getting backseated, it's because just because you can say something in the just because you can critique something just doesn't mean you're correct, which is why I very specifically want to like get critiqued in like specific servers, because people on said servers are more likely to be more knowledgeable about like splash arts and shit like that. Does draw better art, said someone critiquing. Exactly. Like, I've had a critique on that server that was like really good before, because they told me, oh, the anatomy here is a little bit off, I don't think like this is how like this part should work, and then they like painted over it and showed me like things I can improve, and then I was like, oh wow, wait, you're fucking right, this is absolutely wrong, I need to like immediately change this like right the fuck now. And then I did, compared to, oh yeah, do this entire thing where, you know, I think a splash art should be this, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, that helped. Nope. Like, how do I, because I want the hand to be fiddling or something, but like, how would the hand work, especially since he only has 2 fucking fingers. Critique is meant to be productive, not whiny. At least provide alternative than just pointing out errors. Yeah. And then the other critique, while being a better critique, what do you mean separate the values? The values are already so fucking separated. What the fuck are you on about? How much more separated can my values be without just outright just blurring it? Like, sure, I can make the background a little bit brighter. Which I will, probably. But yeah, this is why I'm so picky about like getting critique. It's because the amount of people that like want to give critique just to give like something like counterproductive to like the piece is, you know, it happens quite a lot, which is why like I'm very picky about like who I get critiqued by. So like I want a critique from an artist that I respect in terms of like ability. And I also don't want to overdo with the lighting. Also, let me try color dodge. Maybe color dodge has a different effect. I'm trying to figure out whether I should color dodge or linear dodge. But I'm leaning towards linear dodge. This is what color dodge looks like, and this is what linear dodge looks like. Color dodge, linear dodge. I think linear dodge is better. Though I don't want it to be too much, because I tend to overdo it with my like lighting. So like I want it to be a little bit more subtle. I do still need to add more lighting to Trundle himself. But yeah, let me first figure out this hand. Oh, I guess the hand should be like tilted down, I think. Let me look at like I think the fingers would be like curled. Yeah, I think the fingers would be curled. So like let me actually change how this hand looks. I'd be depressed to change something like that so late into the drawing. It's definitely not a easy thing to do, or something that I, you know, that you really want to do. But unfortunately, sometimes, you know, there are major things that probably need to be changed, especially if you're doing something as important as like a splash art. So it's definitely a good skill to be able to like make major changes in the like middle of the piece, because I did like my Warwick thing did have like a major change. Let me show it again. But it's very common for a lot of splash arts to look completely different from like the initial thumbnail, and also like even in the middle of the painting. There's like a lot of things that people change like throughout. Obviously, having to redraw the entire character after literally spending like 20 hours rendering him is not ideal, but like minor changes, like just changing like, oh, you know, like his hand, you know, I changed his arm a little bit, I changed like areas of, you know, I tilted the head and shit like that. My Warwick splash had the biggest change of all. Okay, like yeah, I had a really big change where I literally moved up his entire shoulder and even the perspective, because I messed up, so I had to. So like, you know, having to like make major changes is scary, but like sometimes needed. Because sometimes, even if I already spent like so much time rendering everything, if it looks wrong, if it is wrong, I absolutely need to change it. I can't just keep it like this because bicep is connecting where? Oops, my bad. I completely fucked up. I fumbled my anatomy like crazy. Like, you know, in the thumbnail it looks correct. It looks fine. Oops, where is my thumbnail? Like in the thumbnail, like I didn't bat an eye. It looks like, oh, you know, it looks fine, I think. And then when I actually start like rendering it and shit, and then it's like, oh wait, that's not how the shoulder and the biceps connect. And I had to like change the entire thing. But yeah, it's making major changes is easier when you're painting. So like if you're obviously doing like a line art style, then it can definitely be very, very annoying. But luckily for me, my art style does make it easy for me to, you know, make major changes, just because like, you know, I don't have to do line art or anything. I just need to paint over it. Obviously, something like, oh, I think Trundle should be doing an entirely different thing. I don't think he should be doing this. I think he should be standing there holding a thing and shit like that. Then it's like, that requires me to redraw the entire fucking thing. Of course I'm not gonna do something as major as that. I had a critique for my Starfighter Ranger splash art. Where I should change like a major thing about his pose. Like his head has to like rotate like into a 3/4 angle, and it's like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna be possible. It's too late for that. I did change like the legs, I think. Let me see if I have my work in progresses. Oh right, I forgot I can lock layers. I haven't locked my layers in a while. Do I have my work in? Oh no, they're here. Like I did change the legs. This is what it looked like initially, and then I changed it to this, and then I changed it to this, and then where's my full splash art? So like, you know, making that change is fine, but then the critique telling me to like move his entire face to like a different angle is like, sorry man, my piece already looked like this by the time I got that critique, so like it was already too late. It was good critique though, but I couldn't do it, unfortunately. But I could change the legs, so. That's scary to me because I'm a lazy person. I mean, if your art piece is not really made for anything serious, then there's not really a need for you to make like a major change. Obviously, for me, I'm trying to do high quality splash art for my portfolio, so I want to look the best as I can. So, you know, stuff like this that I need to do like a major change to is necessary for me to push my piece further. But like in general, like if I'm drawing like, you know, if I'm drawing something for fun, like Miku Bob, I'm not gonna, oh, I think I should change his pose so that he's holding like light sticks. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it as this. It doesn't really fucking matter. Okay, bye Bob. Listen, let me drink some water. Because I need to pee. Oh, luckily this is on a separate layer, so it's really easy for me to like adjust the colors for, because the colors do look a little bit muddy to me. I definitely don't want it to be too oversaturated, because it's not, you know, you're not supposed to look at that part of the drawing. It's meant to be like, it's not meant to like catch your eye that much. Though it does catch your eye because it is like contrasting everything else. So like you kind of look at it and it kind of like leads, you know, you look at the arm, it leads up to like here, and then it's pointing straight to the face. You know, I don't think about this kind of stuff too often, so like I can't really like tell you much about how it works. But like, you know, there's definitely like a lot of line of action and shit like that where like, you know, things slowly lead into like the main picture, like the, you know, the focal point. Like you look at his face and it's pointing to like a certain direction, or like, you know, or certain thing is like warping around a character, so like it kind of makes you want to focus on the character. I don't know, that shit like that. I don't really think about that kind of stuff. I usually unintentionally, you know, achieve these kinds of effects just because, like, you know, years of drawing experience has gotten me like subconsciously doing certain things to make, you know, a piece better without really like thinking about it. I definitely think some of my colors are a little bit dull, especially over here, which I can fix. Wait, actually, you know what? Let me just see if I can try fixing it now. There we go. See if I can do this. Does it do anything? I'm wondering if I should clip it or not clip it. Do I should clip the layer? Give him a little bit of a glow. I'm not sure if I should clip it or not. Maybe not. But like, then I have to like nerf the lighting a little bit. I just remembered something. When painting, do you think it's better to make a layer entirely for the skin color or separate limbs that are touching? Like, here, did you color Trundle's head and hand on the same layer? Or the head is one layer, or the hand on another? I think if you're coloring things... Well, people's process are different. I don't think there's a correct answer. My personal way of doing it is... if something is gonna be the same tone, same color, I will use that in like the same layer. But it's not uncommon for people to have like things separated into several layers, like, oh, you know, let's separate this hand and this head because like they're separate elements of the piece, and if I need to like adjust one thing or something, it's easier for me to like have them in separate layers. I personally color everything on one entire layer because I want the entire piece to work together well. And if I want to add any like multiply layers and color dodge layers, I wanted to affect the whole character. So like having all my things be on separate layers would make it kind of annoying to figure that out. So all my characters, like my entire colors, are all in one layer. But the drawbacks of doing that is that, you know, trying to adjust very, you know, specific elements, like, oh, I want to like adjust the face, but then I don't want it to like touch, you know, the beard, but then because they're in the same layer, it makes it like a little bit annoying. So like it's up to personal preference. It really depends on like you know, which thing you feel more comfortable doing. So like, yeah, because there's definitely one of my main issues in my art process right now that I'm running into, especially after I got critiqued by Hosier, is that I don't know how to figure out my layers, because he gave me the critique to like do these things, but then because of the way I had my layers, my entire background, every element was on a separate layer, and to be able to like do this effect, I would basically have to put my entire background into one layer, which I did. My entire background is one layer. Luckily, I was already done with the background, so I can afford to make a big change like that. But like, you know, if I want to like work on, oh, let's just say, I'm unhappy with like this part of the piece, let me like go fix it. I can't just individually work on that anymore because everything is on it. Everything's one layer now. So like that's why I, you know, it. Layering is definitely just up to like personal preference. You sound excited? I am excited. But for that, you can't you just put them all in one photo and add a multiplier layer for it? But when you do that, what happens if you feel like, okay, you know, I want to merge everything down. Now it's like, you know, maybe you reach a point of the piece where it's like, okay, I think it's fine for me to just like have everything on one layer so I can just work on it entirely without having to worry about layers. But then, oh, now you have to like, oh fuck, now I have to like make this, like duplicate this multiplier layer and clip it to each individual part of the piece. Cause, or either that, or you just copy and paste the entire thing, which you can. And it's also like, oh, you make a folder, now it's like, now you just have like random folders everywhere, and it's like, oh, now my file just looks like really complicated. Because look at my layers on the right. Like, I have so many layers everywhere, and like to prevent this, I want to merge down, because you know. But then I do save backups and shit like that. So like, you know, I do have a backup for like, if I want like my old Trundle. Here's the Trundle work in progress. Here's this. Here's Trundle before I adjusted him, and then here's one where I adjusted him after because he's all in one layer. You know, it's a lot of just figuring out like what the best approach is on your own. I can't really tell you which, you know, what is better. It's absolutely like, oh, if you feel like doing this is better for you, then do it. I think folders are pretty useful for organization. I mean, I do use folders, but then like, for me, who likes working with mostly everything in one layer, and I like merging things down, having to like separate layers can be a little bit annoying. Because in the previously, my Trundle was split up into quite a lot of layers. While Trundle himself was on one layer, I did have like certain things like, oh, you know, the pickle is on a separate layer, the stripes were on a separate layer, and by separating the layers, it would make it easier for me to like, oh, if I want to make adjustments to like the clothing, I can do so without having to worry about like the stripes. But then afterwards, I had to merge everything down to be able to like make major adjustments to him. And after I merge everything down, you know, now if I want to make changes to like his outfit, it's not easy. I have to like manually like paint over like the stripes, and it's like really annoying. But then how would I change his arm into a different position if they're on a separate layer? Sure, I can get rid of the stripes and then change it from here, but then I have to like redo the stripes manually as well, and that's also like annoying. So like I just combined all my layers and just went YOLO. If I had to do if I had to do a major change, it's too late. That burger looks tasty too. Red onions are a good choice. I was just trying to draw. I didn't really think about like all the ingredients of the burger. I just wanted to make it like, you know, pop out. If you check my layers, you'd see a bunch of folders. I unfortunately do not have the brain power to understand 100% of your words, but I forget. I forgot. Help. It's your own preference. If you feel like it would be better for you to have your things on separate layers, have them on separate layers. If you feel like you work better with them on the same layers, have them on the same layers. Personally, if I'm working with very specific colors being the exact same, I want them to be consistent, so I have them on the same layer. Because if I have them on separate layers, it means I have to like, you know, render them like kind of separately, and it can be, you know, the colors might look like different from each other. So that's why I work with everything on the same layer, because it makes the entire thing feel consistent. They might be app differences, yeah. It's not specifically an app difference. What you explained is perfectly normal. Like, you know, oh, I can just put, you know, let's just say I have Trundle here, his head, his hand, his shirt, his apron, they're all separated into different layers, and I want to do a color dodge all over it without having to merge down. I would, you know, put him in a file. I do that sometimes, but then eventually I do want to merge down everything, because having to like, oh, I have like 18 different like multiply and color dodge layers affecting him. I have to like disable all these layers just so I can like slowly work on him. So instead of doing that, I have everything be on like the exact same layer, so that if I just want to make a change, I can just paint the change on. Like, it's not going to be a big deal. Oh, so ad break. Okay, let me just continue working on this hand, and then I can probably start on texturing, but I'm a little bit afraid of texturing, I'm not gonna lie. Cat music. This is a nail, by the way. I'm gonna go clean me house. You have fun with painting, Urpo guy. Have fun cleaning the house. Good luck with that. And and thank you for dropping by. I don't know if you're gonna be coming back. Well, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be streaming for. Like, I plan on finishing this today, so like, I could go on for 6 hours, I could go on for 4 hours. It really depends on how long it takes for me to finish this. I'll practice some fur/hair render later. Oh, I hate rendering fur. It's so annoying. Me when every like splash art I've done so far has like some sort of fur or fur like texture. So welcome back from the ad break. I think I do want the values of the hand to be a little bit darker. I think it's a little bit too bright right now. Like, I don't want to have that much contrast because it takes up too much attention. But I'm definitely struggling with this hand because I don't really know what to... Yeah, I don't... Because I had to draw this in so late, I didn't really plan it out. So I don't really know, I don't have a reference for like how to draw this hand properly. I hate trying to detail hands. Like, if I had to draw a hand, it's fine. But like, when I have to actually make the hand look like, you know, realistic, that's like the part where I really struggle on. Just because like, how the fucking, I don't know what the hands look like. Hands are weird. They have so many like tiny little details in them that make it really hard. Huh? 2 ribs. What? Why? Hi, Jeller. Why are you going, huh? What's wrong, Jeller? 2 true ribs? Oh. Oh, this is little Timmy. He's my son. It's bring your kid to work day, so my child is here today. Little Timmy, go say hi to Jowler. Little Timmy, don't be shy. He's shy, I'm sorry. Yeah, he'll work up the courage, probably, maybe. He's a little shy. Do you have anything you want to say, little Timmy? No? It's okay. Oh, you know, he's a little bit awkward socially, but like, you know, it's okay, you know. You have a kid? Literally how? What do you mean how? What do you mean literally how? Huh? What are you trying to say, huh? You saying I can't have a kid? Huh? Are you saying I can't have a kid? Yes? What the? You're being really mean to me right now, okay? Little Timmy, you're gonna make little Timmy cry. You wouldn't want little Timmy to cry, would you? Little Timmy, cover your ears. This guy's being really mean. It's okay, little Timmy. Everything will be fine. Just ignore the bad man. Ignore the bad man, little Timmy. Anyways, how are you doing, Jowler? What was your lore again, Mr. Space Pirate? My lore is none of your business. Ha ha, got him. Ha ha. I don't like talking about my lore because it's embarrassing, so I won't tell you. What to lower all that cake though? I'm just caked up, that's it. What else is there to know? I'm just caked up. What is this layer? Does this have a new layer here? Oh, so maybe it's time for me to merge down. Merge down. What is this layer? I just have a random ass layer. It's been over an hour since I opened Krita, and all I've done is draw a few lines, erase them, poke around, and figure out buttons and microwave some pizza. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Honestly, just get random lines in your canvas. You know, like, especially, I don't know how beginner you are when it comes to drawing, but like, honestly, just trying to be able to draw a straight line is already like good practice. Just because like you do need the experience on like how to draw like a perfectly straight line. I'm trying to figure out how to draw a ketchup packet. I'm kind of second guessing whether I should even draw like a ketchup packet. I'm not terrible dealing with a mouse. I think part of my block is just stumbling with a tablet. However, it took me a month to learn a different peripheral for a fighting game, so this should be similar. No display may have been a mistake, but it was what I could afford. Hey, I don't use a display tablet either. I think, you know, display tablets are more convenient because they're more similar to, like, you know, drawing on paper, but they are very expensive, but it's not 100% necessary. You do have to get past like the block of trying to learn how to draw using like a non-display tablet, but like overall, like, it's, you know, there's not that much of an advantage of using like a display tablet other than like, oh, you get to see where you're putting your lines properly, so it's good for line art. But like if you're painting and stuff, you don't really need that. So like for me, I don't use a display tablet, and also they're expensive. I mean, they can be surprisingly cheap. Well, XP pens, display tablets are pretty cheap. But then, you know, way back then, you know, trying to get like a display tablet would cost like so fucking much because the only display tablets were like the super expensive freaking Wacom ones. I think I need to make a commitment to make something every day for at least a month, then see how I feel about it. Try, instead of, you know, if you're gonna force yourself to do it every day, you're setting a goal for yourself to do it every day. Maybe rather than instead of every day, you have that. So like maybe once every 2 days. Because if you set like a goal of like drawing every day, you could probably like, you know, lead to burnout. So half your goal, make it every other day. I had to cut into my Honkai time. No, you're like you're too deep into the gacha rabbit hole. You're gonna like, are you like spending X amount of time every day just to do your like dailies? Oh no. Actually, I'll be going to help my brother to take care of my father's dog for a week, so now I'm contemplating if I should take my drawing display with me. With me. Mostly contemplating since it's on a Vesa mount. Why not? You could. Grind never stops. You gotta grind art every fucking day. I don't even grind art every day. I mean I've reached a point where I don't really feel like I need to draw every day, because like my skills won't really depreciate if I don't draw every day. But like, and most of it's lazy. Like, trying to force yourself to draw even when you don't feel like it can lead to burnout, which can be worse, you know, in the long run. So try not to do that. Like, if you don't feel like drawing, you don't have to draw, you know. Obviously, if you're trying to be a professional artist, unfortunately, you can't just not draw when you have work. So like, that's a different thing entirely. But like, for most people, you know, it doesn't really matter if you don't draw, so like, don't try to push yourself to draw even if you don't feel like it. Only draw when you want to. Unless you really, really want to try to improve, then like, spend a little bit of time, I guess. I'm not that deep into the gacha. I spend about 10 minutes after I get up, and I'm still rubbing my eyes to auto-battle my dailies, helps me boot up a bit. If it's not Honkai, it's something on YouTube or another game. Still, like, once you stop caring about your like gacha dailies, you just feel like you have so much more time on your hands. Because I will always play at least, I used to always have like at least one gacha game that I played at a time. And when I was doing that, you know, I would be spending like X amount of time every day doing my dailies, and then weekly reset, so like I spend like X amount of time doing my weeklies as well. Even if it's on autoplay, it's still like, God, I wish I didn't have to do this every fucking time. And then when I dropped said gacha game, holy shit, I just feel like I have so much more time now, because I don't have any like chores, you know, because the gacha dailies just are basically doing chores, and that sucks. You know, like when I stopped doing my Duolingo dailies, I'm like, oh fuck, I can actually, you know, I don't have to like worry about my fucking Duolingo dailies anymore, or my Arknight dailies, or my Genshin dailies, or my X and Y dailies. You know, oh fuck, I have to like use up all my energy, otherwise I'm not min-maxing if I'm like not using all my fucking resin, or my, you know, I'm playing, I don't know, Battle Cats. If I don't use up all my like the energy that I get from Battle Cats, I'm literally wasting it, because it's gonna like max out, and then I'm not gonna gain anymore, and like I should be using it immediately. You sound like you're speaking from experience, because I am. Like, you just feel like a huge fucking burden has just dropped from like your shoulders after you like drop a gacha game or stop doing like dailies. Because I played the worst dailies of all was my Maple Story dailies. So you can just imagine the amount of relief I felt after I stopped playing Maple Story. Because every other dailies is like whatever, it takes like 5-10 minutes at most, like maybe 20 minutes. But like Maple Story dailies, those take a long ass time. Those can take hours. Like it was so bad. This ketchup packet could be better, but I don't really know how. Or like, I can't really be bothered to like make it that much better. So I hit GM2 in Marvel Rivals yesterday. I won all my games. I won all my ranked games yesterday, so I'm pretty happy. What does it merge? And apparently GM2 currently is above 99 point. How much was it? Was it 99.8? That seems way too high. Because right now Celestial 3 is top 500. So I'm basically 200 LP away from top 500, which means I'm basically higher ranked than when I was in Eternity. Am I? When I was in Eternity, I was higher than 99.7? But then I feel like when I ranked up, I was also higher. I feel like the number was bigger than that. So like I think right now, like I'm at basically I'm at Eternity Elo, but like slightly higher. Cause technically, like being Eternity, to get to top 500 from Eternity, you basically need to have like, I think, minimum 400 LP last season. So you're basically ranking up 4 extra times after Eternity. And right now, I'm GM2, Celestial 3 is top 500, so I'm only 2 ranks away compared to basically the equivalent of 4 ranks. So like I'm pretty sure I'm technically higher elo than when I was playing last season. Yeah, I'm talking about rivals. You just started playing rivals last week where you're talking about different. No, I'm not talking about rivals. I don't really know what else I can do to like make this more interesting. Who do you like to play in rivals? I'm a tank main. I just play like mostly Magneto. Emma Frost has been like my secondary pick. Yeah, basically just mostly those two. If I have to Venom, I'll go Venom. If I have to play the Thing, which I start playing the Thing as much because even though he's strong, you really need to rely on your second tank a lot. You can't really just do your own thing. Oh, and I play a lot of Hulk. Hulk is really fun. But yeah, back when the Thing first came out, I did play a lot of him. But now it's not that I dropped him, but like I almost never played a Thing. Like I feel like Emma Frost is just a better version of the Thing. Because you're an anti-dive, but you can actually kill the dives. Compared to the Thing where like anti-dive is just stopping the opponents from being able to like escape, but then they still escape sometimes. I'm glad that the Thing is how I want a tank to play. Funny enough, the Thing is why I picked up the game. I have a strange attachment to that pile of rocks. Fair. I mean, I like him, but then definitely I've kind of slightly dropped him just because he feels really like situational in a way where it's like, why play the Thing when you can just play Magneto? And that's why like I almost exclusively play Magneto. But then, you know, in certain scenarios, a different tank would be better. But like rarely do you ever need to like pick someone other than like Magneto, just because like, Magneto is just like I think in terms of tanking, he's probably the best due to how consistently good he is. You know, being able to bubble your teammates to like save them from like an ultimate or like some sort of like one shot, or like, you know, you want to like help your dive, you know, not die. Like he's just so strong, and he also does a lot of damage. So like in most cases it's like, why play any other tank when you can just play Magneto? Obviously there are times where like Magneto doesn't shine, when like the enemy is very melee heavy, no projectile heavy. Like there's scenarios where like Magneto is not good, but like in most cases you're gonna find me just playing Magneto, just because like solo tanking, you more or less have to play Magneto, Strange, or Groot. But Groot is always banned and Strange is nerfed, and I also don't really play Strange. Emma Frost can solo tank a little bit, but like in general, like solo tanking, you kind of need to play Anchor, which means you probably need to play Magneto, just because if you play any other tanks, no one's gonna peel for your backline. So you need some sort of anchor tank, and Magneto is just the best right now. Good is really good again, but like he's banned every fucking match. I think you're on the climb like that. Your logic makes total sense. I like beating the piss out of people. I mean, it's not like the Thing is bad. The Thing is really strong, but then he's like he relies too much on having a good other tank as well, and just like a good team. Just because like if your team is positioned badly, you're not gonna be able to like jump to them, you know, like you dived in, you're hitting them a bunch, you're starting to take a lot of damage, you want out, so you need to like jump towards your teammates. Oh, your other tank is for some reason like 8 miles in the back and you can't jump to them, so now like you're dead. Or like your entire team is like 8 miles in the back and you can't jump to them, so now you die. He's definitely not a good solo tank. You can't really solo tank on a Thing. But like, he's still a good character. He's really strong. He does a lot of damage. He's good at anti-dive, and his ult is also just really strong. So like, you know, I think in general most tanks are strong. Like, you can play most tanks. Right now, Captain America is really fucking impressive. I've been seeing less Thors, but like Thors can still be good. But like, I've definitely been seeing less Thors. I don't think it's because Thor is not popular. It's just that everyone's playing DPS instead. Where's my table? Where's my foreground? Oh. Funnily enough, I have no damage right now, but I'm eyeing magic. But the thing actually does so much damage, actually. I was like getting used to the flow of the game, but it's not too dissimilar from others I played. You mean Overwatch? Oh, you mean damage. Oh, you have no damage right now. I see. My suggestion is you should probably pick up at least 2 characters from each role. Well, specifically tank and support. If you don't play any DPSs, chances are you're probably not going to be DPSing in ranked anyways. If you don't intend on like becoming a DPS main, there's enough DPSs to go around to like. But I do still recommend learning at least 2 DPSs. But I only really touch like my DPSs once every like 100 games, so like it's fine. I don't need to have a damage roll though, because all the shit is exactly that's why. But like, it's still important because sometimes you're gonna run into like a game where like everyone in your team for some reason is either a support main or a tank main, and you have like maybe one other DPS, maybe even no DPS mains, which I've run into before. Which is like, you know, on the off chance that happens, you're kind of fucked. So like, you know, and also learning DPS is good. Like learning every role is good because you can understand like how each role is meant to be played, how they position, what they do, so that, you know, if you understand how your teammates need to like position, you have a better understanding of like, you know, how to go about playing it. Because sometimes, you know, a lot of DPS mains that shout at their support mains because they don't fucking know how supports like work. I literally played a game yesterday. This is a fucking, again, Eternity lobby, basically. And I heard my teammates shouting at my Adam to heal. To which I'm like, I'm pretty sure Adam's thing is on cooldown, so he can't heal. But like, the way he shouted at his Adam to like, heal him was like so fucking mad. It's like, I'm pretty sure their ability's on cooldown. I'm pretty sure they can't really heal you even if they wanted to. And then they died. And then they just let out like the biggest like sigh. And it's like, my brother in Christ, that's not how Adam Warlock works. The only support I've tried so far was Sue Storm. She feels tricky. She is my favorite support at the moment. She's just fun to play. Like, compared to every support, her healing is extremely good. Her damage is also actually really good, so that you actually need to do both healing and damage due to the fact that your ability pierces. She has a lot of utility. She can push, she can pull. You basically help your team. You can cancel a lot of ults. You can save your other teammates. You have a shield. You can block a lot of damage. You can even stop ults with your shield. Your shield can help you heal people that are really far away or hard to hit, like flyers and stuff like that. And your ult is a nobody dies for 8-second ult basically. And you have good mobility. You can double jump and you can go invisible so that you don't die. So I feel like out of every other healer, she is just the best at the moment. Rocket is also really good. Luna Snow is obviously still top tier, but she definitely runs into an issue where oh, she gets dived, she's dead because she missed a freeze or something. But IMO, Sue Storm is the strongest healer in the game right now. The values right is hard. haven't even started adding textures yet, and I still have to do that. Oh. Okay, to be fair, you know, I don't have to do all of them on stream. I want to finish this on stream, but like if I don't, I'll probably just finish the rest of it off stream. It's not a big deal. It's just that, if I'm gonna be, you know, I'm streaming right now, so I might as well just try to finish it if I can. But like if I don't finish it, it's fine. I think I'll probably end by the 4-hour mark. Thank you for saying I should draw a review. I ended up with something more than I expected today. Let's go. Well, I always encourage people that are like watching my streams to at least be doing something, just because, you know, I'm only drawing. There's not much going on. It's not like a game stream where like you need to like focus 100% on like what I'm doing. So like I always encourage people, hey, you know, if you're watching my stream, maybe work on something, maybe like draw, or if you have like, you know, if you're in school, do like homework or something, or if you have work, then do work. Just because, you know, I'm working on something. We should just work it together. I don't know if that looks a lot like a ketchup packet, but it's fine. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be. I think I might gaussian blur a little bit of this table over here, but I'm not too sure yet. So like some of these details are probably gonna be a little bit out of focus. I also didn't really use a reference for these, so they may look a little bit off. That's fine. Maybe I kind of want to be, I kind of want the table to be messy, so maybe I might actually make it so that like, these ketchup packets have bursted. Like he was fiddling with them and then, you know, he squeezed them a little bit too hard. And also just to give a little bit more interest to like the table, so it doesn't feel as empty. Ketchup on table. I mean, not me looking up what ketchup would look like if it's like lying on a like squeezed on a table. Drink some water. I forgot my son is here. Hi, little Timmy. I swear I'm a very responsible parent. I care about my son. I remember he's here. Ow! I just hydrated, come on! Ow! Ow! Stop that! Hey, don't throw stuff at little Timmy! Hey! Little Timmy, dodge! Oh, you're gonna give him a concussion. Don't throw stuff at little Timmy. He didn't choose this life. How could you? Good enough. Is it finally time to work on texturing, which I've been saying I would work on for ages and I never did? Because I'm more or less done with every other like tiny little render thing. Well, I kind of want to work on the ears a little bit more. I'm gonna work on the ears. Okay, fine. Let's work on texturing. Let me figure out how to do that actually. Oh no. Alright, let me grab like tusk texture. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just pretending I know what to do. Oh my god, please. This is why like I kind of wanted to do like a lot of these things off stream, but I'm like, might as well just stream this today. Tomorrow I'll be working on my live 2D commission. I still have a lot to figure out for that I kind of like, I don't know, like I know I have a lot to fucking do for my live 2D commission, but I kind of forgot just how much I need to figure out, and there's a lot that I haven't figured out specifically for like this guy's model. Because, you know, his model is not going to be like mine, which means there are different elements to his model that I need to figure out that is different from my own. And that's going to be a nightmare. Wait, is it supposed to be soft light or is it supposed to be, I think it's overlay. Wait, is it overlay or is it soft light? Oh no, I don't remember. Is it soft light? No, if it's soft light, then if it's too bright, then it has a different thing. Right? Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure this out. Actually, maybe I should have kept it saturated. Do I? I don't really think I need to texture his tusks that much. I feel like if I do this, it's too much. I mean, something like that is fine. Like, it's subtle enough. Yeah, it's subtle enough. So I think something like this is fine. And now to do it for the other tusks. Ah, God, nice weathering. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Here's the other one. I don't have liquefy, so this is what I have to do instead, and it's really stupid. Oh, come on. This is how I warped my entire background to make it look like the wide lens effect, and that was also really annoying. Oops. My ears. Why is this song so deep fried? Ouch, my ears. It's fine. Oh my god, it's already been 3 hours. And I only just started texturing. And I still have so much. Okay, how do I figure out like the texture for like his I can't pay attention on this song. Texturing for like his clothing. Alright, that's enough of this. Oh, I hate figuring out textures because I don't have texture brushes. let's do the burgie. Wait, what is 0 pressures on both ends? Wait, was that enabled or disabled before? Because I accidentally clicked on it, I think, and then so I clicked on it again, so now I'm not too sure, like... What's the difference? I don't know what this be... I'll just... Okay, you know what, whatever. Where's my burgie? Oh, I have the burger on a layer, right? Am I really gonna over detail this burger? Probably not. I just think that's not worth it. It's already like way more detailed than like I would normally detail it, so. I do need a fried chicken texture. Alright, come over here, fried chicken texture. Why is it working kind of weirdly? Hold on. Random banger music. Yeah, that's not good. That's not very good. Oh, you can kind of see the watermark. That's funny. Yeah, I need to learn how to photo bash better and like resources that I need to be able to like do photo bashing, because I'm definitely like I don't know how to photo bash. I don't know how to like add textures to like things. I might just do most of these off stream, but I still have an hour, so I'll just figure this out for like the next hour. It's very subtle, so like. Let's compare before and after from today. Before, after. Yeah, I worked on tiny little details here and there. And cleaned up some stuff. I hate that when I'm trying to mesh transform, you can accidentally like rotate it or move it on accident, and I don't want to do that, and it's so fucking annoying. I want to blur it, but I don't really know how I can go about blurring this in a way that works, because usually if I want to blur stuff, I usually have everything be on the same layer, but then if I do that, I'll run into like a specific issue. So wait, I'll try anyways. Let me try blurring it. Because I only want to blur like some of it, not all of it. So like the technique I usually use is I just have 2 layers of the exact same thing. And then I just erase the parts that I don't want blurred. But then I don't know how well this will work. Because you can kind of just see it like kind of leaking a little bit, and that's not what I want. You just do it, duh. Thanks. And the other solution is basically have my entire background be merged, which I can do, but then the background is already blurred. Oh, then maybe let me try something. I do have a version of this before it was blurred, so like maybe I just grab that. Yeah, let me redo this real quick. So this is unblurred. I'll grab the version before it was blurred. Basically just copy and paste this entire background. And then do it again. Then blur this one. And then now I can just erase the parts that I don't want blurred. But then it's still working a little bit weird, but whatever. And I have to be like pretty careful about like which areas I want blurred and which areas I don't. I don't want to have everything be too blurred. I want it to like, you know, it's a splash art. I think in splash art, things tend to be a little bit more in focus. Not necessarily, but like I feel like I should have things in focus because I don't detail that much. I mean, I tend to Gaussian blur the hell out of my work. Let me get rid of this so I can see this better. So the areas that are white are places that are not very blurred. I don't actually know what the technique people use to like do like the blurred effect. I usually just Gaussian blur And then if I want areas that are in focus to be not blurred, I just dupe the layer and then I just slowly erase the areas. But then to do that, I need to have everything be on the same layer, or at least have it be like the whole entire canvas. So like technically Trundle here doesn't need to be part of it, but like I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry. Before, after, before, after. All right, last thing to really work on is Trundle's clothing. How do I texture Trundle's clothes? I'm fucked. Yeah, I have no clue how to go about doing this. I'm so fucked. I mean, it already has a little bit of texture, but like it's not enough. And looking at other splash arts to see how they go about texturing stuff like this. I could definitely texture his skin more. Skin texture. Oh. But like, what's the best way of doing this? I don't know. Maybe I should leave this for like off stream. Do people just use custom brushes or do they photo bash? I actually don't know. Because otherwise, this is... Okay, it's not done. I could add more, like, things being thrown around. I'm almost done with this piece. I'm just trying to figure out how to go about texturing, which is annoying. Let's see what kind of brushes I have. Maybe one of these brushes might work for texturing. Yeah, I don't really think this will work. Fuck. I'm in a good mood. I watched Thunderbolts and played Mafia IRL with friends. Wait, why are so many people so excited about watching Thunderbolts? I mean, Marvel, blah blah blah, but like, nobody really showed interest in watching any other Marvel movie. But then for some reason, Thunderbolts was... A lot of people were actually really interested in watching Thunderbolts, which I was kind of surprised by. It's not gonna work. I'm amazed how good you're at art, Ribbons. Thank you. I definitely pushed myself as much as I could for this one. But texturing is the hardest part for me because I never texture. So now I'm trying to figure it out and I don't really know how. I'm looking at like other splash arts and their stuff is just on a different level in terms of like just the tiniest of details. I wish I knew how. Unless I just grab like, you know, because I tried photo bashing a few things, but like I don't really know where to grab like the resources for like photo bashing certain things. Because I don't have custom brushes. I can do stuff like this, but like this one is the easy ones where I just do it on the skin. Actually. It was a good movie, but unfortunately it does require some knowledge on characters, like it explains characters, but not really in depth. I feel like that's most Marvel movies. They tend to like make a lot of references to like stuff in the comics, but then if you're not a comic like reader, then you're probably gonna be out of the loop. When I was watching Deadpool versus Wolverine, when Gambit showed up, my brother is just like, I don't know who that is. You know. Oh, do I want to add food thrown around? I'll probably do that like off stream if I want to, because right now it's like I don't really know how to go about doing like the food being thrown around. Because the idea is Karen throws food at Trundle, but then how would like the rest of it look? That was like the main thing that I couldn't figure out for the piece, where like I wanted, you know, food being thrown at him, but then it wouldn't be thrown like from the side, right? I don't know how to, I don't know how to go about doing it. Let me add a few things real quick. trying to figure out texturing is definitely the hard part right now. Maybe I should just do this part off stream. You can kind of hear my stylus rubbing against my tablet. Just trying to just give it a little bit more texture, more personality here and there. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm basically done with this piece. I think it turned out pretty good. I think this is better than my Warwick one. I did spend more time on it than my Warwick one as well, I think. Did I? I'm pretty sure I did. Because I spent like 6 hours per stream compared to the Warwick one, which I spent like 3 to 4 hours per stream. I worked on that for longer because I did stream longer, like in terms of how many days I worked on it, but then I definitely think I spent way more hours on this one specifically, and it turned out pretty good. Like, can it be improved? Yes. Will I try to improve it more than this? I can, but like the steps to do those improvements are not very easy, or like I need to figure it out on my own. And like maybe I can still add like things here and there, like, you know, food being thrown around, maybe like food on the floor. I could draw like a spilled like bucket of chicken here. I'm afraid of overdoing it, but like I do want the biggest amount of contrast on his face because his face is meant to be like, you know, the focal point. Is this too much? No, I think it's good. Well, I don't have to merge it, so like I can just keep the layers. Because it's already near the end. There's no point of me merging like some of the layers if I want to make major, you know, if I need to change it. Before, after. Yeah, it's definitely more personality. I do want to see what this looks like when it's scaled down, because you know, most websites are probably going to compress my 6,000 pixel art piece. So I do want to see what it looks like at 1920, which is already HD. Yeah, you can't really tell. Oh, because it's going to be scaled down, a lot of textures will just kind of be like hidden. Like they're not going to be too visible. I will drag this to my other monitor because I also want to see what this looks like. Actually, I can just copy and paste this and put it in my purrf. Because both my monitors have slightly different colors, and I think my monitor that I'm using right now is a little bit more saturated, so I want to see what it looks like on my other monitor. Oh, the colors are a little bit less saturated. Because it looks great on my main monitor, but it doesn't look as good on my not main monitor. Oh, the hair, I haven't rendered the hair like completely. I could have still worked on the hair. Oops. It's fine, I think the hair is good enough. Yeah, it doesn't, my piece doesn't look as good on my other monitor. The colors are definitely darker and less saturated on my other monitor, so I'm wondering if I should just bump up the saturation. But it's already so saturated. Well, on my main monitor, it's so saturated. Okay, I bumped up the saturation. I'm gonna put it on my other monitor and see how it looks. Some of the values are also just off on my other monitor. Yeah, I don't think I can really achieve the same effect. It's fine. Let's leave it as it is. I feel like I will most likely just take one more day before I post this. So I'll probably be working on this off stream after I finish my stream. Like, there's still things I can kind of change about this, but those changes are like so minor to the point that I don't really think I should work on it on stream. Because I'm definitely running out of things I can really do to this piece. As I'm pretty happy with how the hairnet turned out. The hairnet was one of the biggest things that I was scared of working on because I didn't know how to go about doing it, and it turned out pretty good actually. I'm pretty happy with how the hairnet looks. Oh, Hosier did give me the critique of what if you had food being thrown around, which I really want to, but I don't know how to go about doing it. So now I'm just contemplating. Let me skip this song. Oh? Oh! Did he add lighting to his face? Oh, should I have that lighting there? Oh, maybe. Oh, you know what? I'll do that right now. Oh wow, you can see all the tiny little textures. Yeah, I have no idea how to go about doing this lighting over here. Can a soft light just work? Now that I'm looking at it, the colors are a little desaturated. I guess I can bump up Trundle saturation a little bit. Okay, I'll bump up its saturation just by like a smidge. And I kind of want to, let's see what happens when I do this. Oh, no, not that, not that. Don't do that. I made some of the darker parts a little bit more blue. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'll keep it. I came into the stream thinking I would like work on texturing and everything, but now I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to go about working on the textures. Fuck. I'll definitely have to like figure it out somewhere. I don't know how though. Okay, at least start by giving some of the fabric, like, you know, it's kind of like sticking out a little bit on like the edges, I guess. No, and it's not even gonna be able to, it's not even gonna show properly. Oh, how do people detail and texture like crazy? I'm looking at all these like high quality splash arts and I don't know how they go about doing it. Man. Oh, so one of the things that I wish I could have changed, it's a little bit too late. I wish his head was lower. Like, but the thing is, I wanted his head to be like this high because composition-wise it's good. But then I guess I would push his body up. Cause like I want him to be slouching more. I guess I can try to add some of the. I'm looking at all the tiny little extra details in some of these splash arts, and I'm realizing my thing is definitely way under detailed. Wow. Oh, I have to right. Toho? Weird Toho remix. That's good though. How do I texture? This might be like the limitation of what I can do in terms of like texturing, especially since it's. I don't think most non-actual splash arts like go off their way to add that much texture, question mark. I could be wrong though. But I've already like pushed myself further than I usually would, so like it's already like way better than what it was before. Like, let me compare this. Like, it's already way better, so like. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe I bumped up the saturation too much. Maybe I messed up. That's fine. I think I might just call it here. I think I'll probably spend one more day just figuring out what else I can do to improve this. And then I'll upload this. But for now, yeah, I don't really know what else I can really do to this piece. Pretty happy with it. At least I think I'm happier with this than when I was with the arcade. Warwick. So maybe did I beat my previous best piece? Absolutely yes. Absolutely. I still can't be happy about this piece. I don't know why. There's just so many things I could have done better that I just wish I did when I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I really wished my Warwick piece was better, but it's okay. Alright, I think I'll call it here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna figure out the rest of this on my own off stream. I'm gonna send you guys over to Rena, who's doing a birthday donathon right now. I believe her birthday's on the 7th? Alright. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye. Because I had a Rena. I'm glad I started stream a little bit early so that I could work on this more, because it's already been 4 hours. But yeah, I'll definitely work on it a little bit more on my own, and then I will upload this. Tomorrow I will be streaming commission work. I'll be streaming myself doing the live 2D model. I thought I was gonna be able to, you know, finish working on it before I start streaming it, but no, I still have to draw the model, so I'll be drawing the model tomorrow. Alright guys, say hi to Rena, wish her a happy birthday. I think, well, it's not her birthday yet, but like, I'll still wish her a birthday. Happy birthday. Alright, bye guys. Little Timmy, you want to say anything? No? Oh, he's gone. Okay, bye little Timmy. Goodbye.